does not require any atomic bomb, or you can say a large range of missiles. It only requires the to lowering the quality of education and allowing cheating in the examination by the students. So, as you all know, that patients dies at the hands of such doctors. Buildings collapse at the hand of such engineers. Money is lost at the hand of such economists and accountants. Humanity dies at the hand of such religious scholars. Justice is lost at the hand of such judges. So, collapse of education is collapse of nation. Right. So, by these words, now I would like to share my PPT with you all. Just give me a minute. Hopefully, my screen is visible to you all. My screen is visible.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Yes, can see.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, from the beginning, I would like to discuss that what is the origin of this education policy, from where it begins. So, the origin of this formal education system in India can be traced back to 1853, where India East Company charter was due to renewal of, we can say, the basic of the first three universities were set up in India in 1857. First university began University of Calcutta, University of Madras, University of Mumbai, and later on we know as Calcutta University, Madras University, Mumbai University, and the fourth one was set up in Lahore as University of Punjab, and which was later on, after independence, came to be established, or we can say re-established, in Chandigarh via Shimla. So whereas the next or the fifth university was University of Allahabad. So these were the early universities which were set up and the system of education. So these have been many commissions, we can say there, that from time to time. But the first commission post-independence was headed by Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan in 1948. And thereafter, there is a major, we can say, commission was set up under the chairmanship of Professor D.C. Kothari. And it is quite popularly, we can say, popularly known as Kothari Commission. It was lasted during 1964 to 1966. And it was based on the commission report, the first comprehensive, there is a integral policy, which was launched in India in 1968. So thereafter, a major reason when policies came in 1986, so which is also partly amended in 1992. And there has been major changes between through various committees and through various commissions. But the most important policy direction have came from the policy of 1968, right, and 1986. Now, in our topic, that is National Education Policy, NEP 2020, we are going to talk about the national education policies. That is, like particularly in higher education. I have done to coverage the basic principles of this policy has been founded. So briefly, as I mentioned, that new education, national education policy was a comprehensive policy documented, introduced by Government of India by Shri Narendra Modi ji to revamp the education system. There are so many principles, and that is an interesting thing to note at the highest priority as given in the policies to achieve the foundational literacy and numeracy to all the students by time from grade 3, we can say. So flexibility is the another important aspect of this policy. That is the integrating vocational education, professional education, online education, entry and exit norms. Means there are multiple entries and multiple links are there to exit the norms. So there is no any hard separation between the departments of, science, arts, philosophy. So we can say that there is another important principle. This policy is multidisciplinarity, and an effort has been made through the students should be, we can say, exposed to multiple disciplines rather than being contained. And the policy has to be holistic. That is there, means you can say it can be continued from childhood, right, post graduation, and even research, right? And it emphasizes is not on rote learning but on conceptual understanding, creativity and critical thinking, right? So another important thing that we emphasize, that which is made in this policy, is related to the ethics, human constitutional values. uh, it also promote multilingualism. So language is another very important aspect on this, but the emphasis has been given to the policy of life skills are included in this. Likewise, this policy gives a major emphasis on use of technology in imparting the education. So then, of course, for liquidity and inclusion, right? So there is, as I am recalling, there is light and tight regulatory policies, and teachers have been given a lot of importance of emphasis on the particular policy, which had not happened in the earlier concept. Then again, Indian Air Force, Indian culture, rootedness, the pride in India by this. And if we are talking about the structural changes in education system, there is school education. In school education, there is foundation stage, preparatory stage, middle stage is there, and secondary stage is there. Then comes the higher education. In higher education, there is undergraduate and postgraduate and vocational courses. So what basically is the foundational stage? Foundational stage, we can say, is of 5 years. Means there is preschool period, that is of 3 years, and commonly the age group in this preschool period is of 4, 5 or 6 years. And the students who are enrolled in this is for, you can say, play school, angadwadis, balwatikas are there. So no exam, no uniform course are there in these days. And the rest 2 years of this foundational course is class first and class second age, and the second, and the age is of 7 and 8 years, right? Then comes our preparatory stage. Preparatory stage is of 3 years. Means there is start of examination, know how to prepare for exam, and this age is from 9, 10 or 11 years. And the class that we consider in preparatory stages are third, fourth, fifth class. And then in this stage of time, in preparatory stage, 3 years, the student, the child learn through the activities based teaching. So preferable medium of instructions are like mother tongue, regional languages. So however, school can be teach in English language as well, but main emphasis on mother tongue and regional languages in this. Then comes our middle stage. Middle stage is also of 3 years. And the student of middle age is in the class of 6th, 7th, and 8th. Likewise, the year group is also 12, 13, and 14. In this age, the student came to know about the computer knowledge, about the coding, about the vocational technical education. And that is included in the syllabus from new education policy from class 6th. So one of the Indian language is to be taught at this stage. It is compulsory, like Sanskrit, Maithili. These are the optional languages. So, in this new education policy, there is 10 days of internship program in the curriculum of this middle stage students. Means in 6th, 7th, and 8th standard. Then comes our secondary stage. Secondary stage is of 4 years. Likewise, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. And the age is of 15, 16, 17, 18 years. In this age, students came to know about semester system education, about the multiple subjects from the stream he or she belongs to, like arts, science, medical, non-medical. And in this age, the new education policy emphasizes on critical thinking. In some of the college schools, there are one foreign language is also taught. Means it is compulsory for students to learn about the foreign languages also. So after this school education, the student goes to the higher education. And higher education, there is undergraduate and graduate programs. So one of the motive behind this complete education is that if a student is only able to take the course for 1 year, 2 year, and 3 years, then also it gives a meaning to that students. It gives a certification to that students. Means if a student is able to only carry on his or her study for 1 year, then it gets a certificate after completion of 1 year. If a student is completed 2 years, then he get the diploma certificate. 3 years, likewise, it get the bachelor degree. And when student is completed the 4 years of complete education, complete degree, means the multidisciplinary bachelor degree, after 4 years, he or she will be extensively for research purpose. So there are multiple exit and entry points are there also. And now one more thing, there is ABC in degree programs also. It is academic banks of credit. In this, the student shall be established, which or you can say this course is established, which would be digitally stored the academic credit of the students that was earned by the student, and from various recognized higher educational institutes, so that the degree from higher education institute can be awarded, taking into the account of, we can say, credit account that is earned by the student is also stored over there digitally in academic banks of credit. Then comes the master degree or the doctorate degree. The duration is of 1 or 2 years. So if the 2 year for those who are having 3 years of bachelor degree, and 1 year for those with 4 year of multidisciplinary bachelor degree, and integrated 5 years bachelor and master degree. As we all know that MPhil is continued in this new education policy, and undertaking a PhD shall require either a master degree or 4 years of multidisciplinary bachelor degree. Then also a student can go for the doctorate. If we talk about the bachelor in education, and the duration is 4 years, 2 years, and 1 year, we can continue B.Ed, 4 year B.Ed after 12th, 2 years of B.Ed after 3 years graduation, and 1 year of B.Ed after 4 years graduation or PG. So admission in B.Ed through NTA, there is a National Testing Academy is there, conducted by NTA, UGC. So from 2030, minimum degree qualifications will be there. So next is our vocational educations, means we can take any of the subject, technical subject, in the vocational education courses. As we all know that NEP 2020 is increased the use of technology with equity, and there is a form, National Educational Technology Form is created for this, and the main emphasis setting up gender inclusion funds, special educational zones are there for disadvantaged regions or groups. So in the last 3 years, as we see the transformation, it promotes the multilingualism in both schools and higher education. And the national institutes for Pali, Persian, and Prakrits also. There is Indian institutes for translation and interpretations to be set up. And with respect to the school education, universal access is the key vision. Also, major reforms are brought in curriculum and pedagogies also. So there is a holistic and multidisciplinary education, like our modern public universities for holistic and multidisciplinary education. That IITs, IIMs are also called MERU, MERU, means multidisciplinary education and research universities will be set up. So the role of technology in the education, like there are so many autonomous bodies like NETF, National Education Technology Forum, will be created to provide free exchange of ideas and the technologies like learning, like assessment, like planning, administration. So technology based education platforms such as Diksha and Swam portals are there for we can say the better integration. So in this new education policy, the new circumstances and reality requires new initiatives. The recently uh, uh, about the recent epidemic necessities that the alternative mode of quality of education, utilization of mode of education are not that much possible, but we make it possible by NEP. So there will be equal emphasis on all the subjects with the integration of vocational education, academic streams in schools. There are so many things that are transformed in last 3 years, like the news policy that aims for universalization of education, for preschool to secondary level with 100% of gross educational ratio in schools education by 2030. So the NEP 2020 brings almost 2 crores out of school children back into mainstream. And the main emphasis of foundational literacy and the numeracy. So there is no rigid separation between the academic streams and extracurricular activities. Vocational streams in schools, vocational education started from class 6, which includes the internships also of 10 days. So teaching up to the latest grade, like 5, in mother tongue, regional language, so that the child can easily grasp the things. And higher educational curriculum to have the flexibility of subjects, to choose the subjects. If a student is from engineering background, he or she can opt the art subjects also, the law subjects also. So higher education curriculums also have the flexibility of subjects. And as I told you that there is multiple entry and exit to be allowed with appropriate certification. If a student is not able to continue his or her studies, then there is also an alternate to solve this problem. ABC, as I told, Academic Bank of Credit, to establish, to facilitate the transfer of credits. And there is the National Research Foundation is established for foster a strong research culture. Light but tight regulators are also there for higher education, means single regulator with 4 separate verticals for different functions. There is National Policy of Education 1986, which facilitates the quality, trained teachers, provision to remove inequalities of castes. There is Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan also, that was approved in November 2000 and enforced in January 2001. So holistic development is there. Critical thinking is there. Collaboration, communication, multilingualism, problem solving, ethics, social responsibility, digital literacy comes under all these development, holistic development. So there is a structure, as I told, about the school education, means more, the curriculum, the pedagogy, and the transformed 2022 in order to minimize the rote learning and instead encourage holistic development and 21st century skills. It is designed in such a manner like 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 design. Foundational stage, preparatory stage is there, middle stage is there, secondary stage is there, according to the age. So universalization is also there. Universalization is a educational elementary education of India. In this, it has been accepted as a national goal of India in central or state government. Like it is making effort to achieve the goal, as it is already mentioned in Article 45 in Directive Principles of State Policy. In the constitutional mandate, the state to endeavor to provide free compulsory education to all the students of age 14 in a period of 10 years. Right. So universalization of elementary education in India is, we can say, evolve in 3 important things like universalization of provision, universalization of enrollment, universalization of retention. In Universalization of provision, it means that school facilities should be provided to all the children between the age of 6 to 14. It is compulsory. In universalization of enrollment means that all the children of this age, 6 to 14, must be enrolled. And the universalization of retention, it reveal a child who joined primary school, he or she should remain there till we can say completion of their primary education. So effort by the government and state governments, like they are providing All India Council of Elementary Education from 1957, Primary Education Act, like in MP, in HP, in Punjab, there is Primary Education Acts. There is, as I discussed, Kothari Commission from lower to upper primary. It is also there. So online teaching platforms, or we can say tools, are also there in existence. Platforms like Swam, Diksha, to provide teachers a structured, a user-friendly, rich set of exhaustive tools for monitoring the progress of learners. So tools, we can say, like tools such as two-way video or two-way audio. Okay, so where interference for holding online classes are a real necessity, as the pandemic has shown to us. So content creation is there, digital repositories are there. So new education policy has unveiled a lot of we can say thought process, optimism, as well as fanfare by government of India, by honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So teacher uh, training and we can say professional development is there by new and comprehensive national curriculum framework for teacher education was formed from 2021, right? So all teacher education programs to be conducted in a composite, in a multidisciplinary institutions. There is eligibility tests, TETS, at all stages to strengthen this system, right? Transparency is there. For this, there is transparent transfer system, means online computerized systems for teacher transfer to ensure the transparency. There is tech-based planning for teacher recruitment, means the technologies based planning, or we can say forecasting of teacher requirements. These all can access the expected subject-wise teachers vacancy in coming years also. So by this, as overall, this new education policy, NEP 2020, as I can say, it's a good policy, as it aims in making the education system holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary, aligned to the need of 21st century and the 2030 sustainable development goals. So the intent of this policy seems to be ideal in many ways, but it is implementation. It is the implementation where lies the key to success. So there is many improvement has been made as a result of launch of NEP 2020. One of which is this discontinuation of MPhil course. So there are so many things that are included in this new education policy. As I summarize all the things, like new structure, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, multidisciplinary and holistic education is there, conceptual understanding is there, formative assessment is there, multilingualism is there, life skills is there. There are, as we all know, that there is OBE, outcome based education. When student is going to start any course, there is COs and POs also, means course outcomes and program outcomes. Means by getting into this program, the student is able to find what means the student is capable of doing these things, like the qualities the student is able to, like there is life skills, there is conceptual understanding. By this they are able to groom the students. They know how to tackle the problem by analytical skills, by logical skills. So there is so many things that came into existence after this NEP 2020. We learn how to think critically. Experimental learning is there. So we can say the technological integration is there. So there are so many benefits that we can say that is come into existence after the uh, involvement of NEP, after the starting of NEP, when it comes into existence. So this is all about from my side. And if anyone is having any question related to my topic, then you may please ask. If anyone is having any question related to NEP, you may please ask.
Madam, namaste, madam. Hello.
Yes.
Madam, one doubt, madam. Now that the new educational policy, that year of schooling is entirely, totally changed. Whatever is existing,
Yes.
will it any benefit at present, madam?
There are so many
Um,
benefits of this. There
no,
are
how,
so many.
madam? Same, say by changing that years into different stages of the childhood, will it affects directly without changing syllabus or anything?
Actually, sir, as I told you that there is a age group for the particular age, like for foundation there is particular age, so that a student can easily understand the concepts. As I told you, there is regional language is there, mother language is there. So there is a time period for each and every standard over there, so it is easy for student to grasp the things.
Correct, madam. But almost same syllabus, no, madam. Whatever is curriculum,
If
that years are plus and
Yes.
minus, but curriculum is same, no, madam.
the
More or
curriculum
less.
sir, curriculum is same, but the process, the way of teaching is different. Nowadays we are teaching the students via the experimental things, by activity. The student is came to learn very easily. So the process by which we make the student learn is different, sir.
I will add to Hemlata madam what she said it, Shivkumar ji. Now,
Yes, madam.
when you look at that one syllabus, its syllabus is one like we say there no old wine in a new bottle. Only the thing, the proceedings is different. Previously, when we started learning, it was a teacher-centered education. Whatever the knowledge teacher have, that knowledge is imparted to the student. After that, it became student-centered education. Means whatever the student wished to learn, that was being taught to the students. In that process, to we don't allow the students to what you call mix in the syllabus. I mean, we will not give the freedom for the students to involve in the teaching of the student. Correct. After that, now it became society-centered education. What is required for the society or the nation to develop? That way of learning it became. So to make them learn that one, they should have a practice. Now, if I say that I am from Kerala, Palakkad, we make idli sambar. Now, if I say that these are the ingredients to make idli, these are the ingredients to make sambar, I'm just telling them. And you listen to that one, whether you will taste the same idli sambar what I made it? No. So to learn that one, what we is required, we wanted to incorporate the involvement of the students. So that involvement of the students is done through practical work, doing by learning. Sorry, learning.
Madam, now also, madam, student opted one subject, and again, teacher centered only, no, madam. Again, the
No.
student will approach teacher only, no, madam.
No, what I mean that we cannot replace. Now, robot has come, alternate education has come, different way of it's there. But nobody can replace the teacher. Teacher is teacher only. So for that, what is required is that the students are involved. We are asking them to learn. We call it that one as the practical work. They have to do it and learn. So the teacher will be there. The teacher is there with the now teacher. We say who is a teacher? Teacher is a philosopher, guide, friend, everything. So the teacher will be there, and with the observation, with the support of the teacher, the students will learn, do it and learn. Now that is what NEP says, that merely giving notes or merely showing the PPT, merely explanation, the technology what we are using, that's not that one. Let the student do it. Practical work. That is how we teach them. And that is why the NEP giving stress on that one. That is doing. Let the student learn by themselves, then they will understand. Is it clear, sir?
Yes, madam. Good, madam.
Thank you.
Activity-based learning is there. We have to perform something to make students learn.
We call it as constructivism. Constructivism learning.
Right. Ma'am, your voice is not audible to me.
Ma'am, your mic is muted, ma'am.
Please unmute yourself, ma'am.
If there is any questions, madam that's what I said it. Madam is there to clarify.
Hello. Ma'am, there is